Hi everyone, Jan Fursden here from Fursden House. I have a new journal that I would like to share with you today. She is a rather chunky one, as you can see, but I've had a lot of fun with her. I'm convinced that I'm not going to come up with a thin journal. I tend not to do that. I like to put a lot of goodies and things in there. And one of the things that I realized when I was making this one, finally dawned on me, the paper that I use is much thicker than your regular copy paper. I use paper that's 28 pound. Regular copy paper is about 20 pounds, a 20-pound weight versus a 28-pound weight. And I love the feel of the 28-pound paper. I have a lot that I have to use up, but it does make for a thicker journal. So just something to keep in mind. So what I'm toying with is going down to like a 24-pound. It's a little bit more durable than the 20-pound weight, but we'll see how that works out. Anyway, on with the journal. Here we go. It is hardbound. It is, let's see, 7 inches across, 9 1/4 inches high, and it has a 2 3/4 inch spine. Antique lace here. I've used metal nameplate that I got at Hobby Lobby. It is not Tim Holtz, but Paper Studio, I believe, is where it came from. And then these fancy little corner things I found not in the scrapbooking section or that kind of section in Hobby Lobby, but I found them in the woodworking section of Hobby Lobby. And they're just beautiful. And now they're designed to put nails, little tiny nails through these holes. There's 4 in each corner. But yeah, don't want nails in my in my journals, and they would be too thick anyway. So what I did was I just put little brads in, opened up the little brads on the back, then glued it all down, and then put them on here. So, and they were not that expensive. I don't remember exactly what I spent, but they were not that expensive. I was rather shocked, quite frankly. So again, you can see she's kind of chunky. She's got 3 signatures. The closure is seam binding, cream seam binding, and the cover paper, front, back, and on the insides, is a digital print by Artie Mays called Vintage Days, and I just love it. It's so, I don't know, it kind of goes with everything. So I was really pleased with that. And I've used a lot of different kits and things. I'll try and remember to mention them. I don't know that I will list them all, but if you have a question, and you can always ask me down in the comments below. So let's get started. Let's go ahead and open her up. Let's see, that way, this way. So there we go. Yes, I had fun with her. So again, these are the inside covers, and I did use the same papers, Vintage Days. Here you see this is new. I just literally bought this kit yesterday, and it's by Tape and Twine Digitals. It's a Victorian fan, and it's I printed it in a smaller version, but you can make it larger or smaller. Just beautiful. And all you do is you just cut them all out, and then you just put then you drop it, a little brad here, and the reverse, of course, you write on. Isn't that lovely? This is a replica of one that she purchased, a real one that was from I think she was saying about the 1850s, 1870s, somewhere in there. It is Victorian. And I've seen pictures of these in a book. I have this beautiful book that has writing things from down through the years, and there were some real ones like this. Oh my gosh, so that was a nice find. So just pop it right back in here, and that's just a letter. That's a reminder that it's a letter that I send to whoever purchases the book. I suppose I should tell y'all that, shouldn't I? The book is for sale, and it'll be listed in my Etsy shop, and I'll put that link below. Here we have an orchid. My husband loves orchids, and I only press them when they fall off. Honest, I do. Because I don't care for them that much. I love them like this, but on a plant, I don't like that long stick that sticks out. So this is just, this book belongs to, and this is some prints by Pink Monarch. She has a whole kit of these different types of tags and things. And they, again, these go with everything. I'm really pleased with them. I've also put lace, old cotton lace, on the beginning and end page of each signature. And here you see I've put a little, I didn't want the charms hanging off the edge here. I thought it was just a little too floppy, so I've put them further in. And that's a little key, obviously. I've just made pockets here. And then these, I like these. Got these at Michael's, and it's 3 pages, or three pieces stuck together. I like to play with them. What can I say? And here we have little tags. That looks like the little bluegrass flower that I just showed you. And I've just stuck little brads in there again to give it a little bit of interest. 2 of them don't have brads, and that's because they are like a little booklet. Okay. And here we have one of these I love these 3 pocket, I don't know, what would you call it? It's a die cut, and it's by, goodness gracious, the die cut. Who does the die cut? Maddie's Crafting Joy. And I really like this one because it gives you the template for the front, so you can put the exact size of paper on the front. It gives you 3. They're nice and wide, so it's really, really fun. And let's see, this is just an envelope, and I've left this empty for you to put something of your own in there. That's the Bee's Knees kit, I think it's called, by Shabby Doodah. Like I said, I've just used a multitude of different kits as well as my own creations. Just had fun with it. And it came together really nicely. I love it when that happens. I'm not sure if you can tell, but this is the paper that I've been using, which of course is thick. It's almost cardstock. This is an antique cutout from, it was in a scrapbook that I purchased several years ago. And the scrapbook was done about 1910. And it was in horrible condition. It was falling apart. But fortunately, all of the items that had been cut out and pasted down, or most of them, I'd say 98% of them were salvageable. So I'm slowly getting through those. So much work, hard work. I mean, I didn't cut that out. That's a lot of fussy cutting. And back then they didn't have cutesy little tools like we do now. They use scissors. So you can see all the work that is. Page here. Just a little booklet here. Miniature booklet. Applique. Music. This is a, I want to show you all this pocket. This pocket is so easy to make. The pocket, I was inspired by Pink Monarch. And it's just literally 1 sheet of paper that you fold. And I'll put the link to that below. It is so easy. Now, there are other ways of doing this. You can, one way I saw it had 4 pieces of paper and just cut different sizes and stacked one on top of the other. But this is so easy, and it comes together so fast because it's 1 sheet of paper you just fold. So I'll definitely put the link down there for you on that. And then these cards are from a digital kit by Mrs. Cog, and it's the Old English Garden. I thought those were really neat. But it's literally 4 pockets. So you've got the back, and then there's 2, and there's 3, and there's 4. And then of course you can decorate this any way you want. I was really pleased with it. It took me forever to figure out how to do it until I saw her video, Pink Monarch, and I was like, yes, that's how. So I've also done some work on some flip outs this time. And I need to speed this up. I'm already at 10 minutes. Good gracious. So there we have Edith Holden. And I got this idea from Lorna at Tailor Made Journals. And you have the acetate, and then that's also from Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady, as well as the picture. And then I've just added space for you to write on. And then it just all pops right in here. I think that there are two of them like this in here. This, in the center of each signature is are two pockets, you know, two pages sewn together. And that's in the, what is the Concise British Flora in Color. And so I've done pages in each one. I love this green. And then that was from Shabby Dabby Doodah, I believe. And then these are my favorite lace papers. Lorna over at Tailor Made Journals has a kit. Oh, I use these and use these and use these. It's so much fun because they're the perfect backing for something. They're not real, you know, bright or anything. So they work really well. And on the, I tried something new. I got a new, not a stamp, a cutter, a little leaf cutter. And I thought, those are so cute. Okay, what can I say? More of the same papers here in each pocket. All right, come on, go down. Vintage lace. On this, I've just made a little snippet, literally folded it over. And these are using up scraps. So it was nice to, I love this paper. And I just folded it over and put some paper in it. Perfect little thing for that. So this, I had fun with this. Now this is, the kit is from Artie Mays. That's part of the Vintage Days. But the overall design, I was inspired by Clemmy at Clemmy's Creations. I think it's Clemmy. Pretty sure it's Clemmy. I bought a journal from her, and she had used purple and green, and I loved the way that came together. So I did my own purple and green. And then these are some little tags that I've stuck on from Tracy Fox. But I really, really like the idea of the purple and green. It turned out really well. And I just put in a little thing there. So that was fun. I've had fun, which is what it's all about, I reckon. Here we have a fold, and I'll put that down, the link to that fold. It's one sheet of paper, and it looks difficult. It is not. And I've just put in here, these are blank on the reverse, and I put in here cards that were by Tracy Fox. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, whoops, I've missed one. 1, 2, 3, there it is, 4, and 5. So it's a 5-pocket fold, and I love it because you can really put a lot of stuff in one section, and it's not difficult. Here I've another little bulb pin with a little antique button. This button is made from bone. That's what buttons used to be made from, and that is from bone. Isn't he precious? I love the look of him. I purchased some, what do you call it? Cabinet cards. So this is a photocopy of my original, and I've just put some lace on there, but he's just so cute. And there's writing space on the reverse. And then this is on the reverse of that there. And another little bulb pin with a little charm. This is a plate, an actual plate. And the neat thing is it's got space to write on the reverse, but this is an antique. Came from one of the Audubon books, I believe. And I bought the plates in Atlanta at Scott's Antique Market. It's about I want to say 1890s. This is the original. I love groupings of eggs. I don't know why, but what can I say? Here we have a card that I have just used, a little bit of lace, and this is glue stick. Actually, it's not wax. I prefer the glue stick. It's to me it's more malleable. It's it doesn't crack and break and become brittle. It comes in all different colors, and you just stamp it in like you would normally like a wax seal. And this, I'm not going to take this out, it's blank on the reverse. But again, this is the photocopy of an original back to a cabinet card. That's a lot of talking. Vintage buttons there. A little bit of ephemera, an original piece from a book, a poem called Lonely, and a maiden song. I got it for the maiden song. Here we have some cards that I did with decoupage. That was one of my first attempts at decoupage. Turned out pretty good. I was pretty pleased with it. Of course, there were some others that didn't turn out so good. And then this example, this is Edith Hold'em, and this came from my friend Carol in England, and she inspired me to create some of these on my own. And she's using a CD sleeve. You got writing space here. And I think what I especially like about it, one, it's using, you're cutting out the words, so you still have some of that, but it's the same picture. It was just really cool. I was real pleased with that. So thank you, Carol. Beautiful inspiration. She does this fabulous work. Really, this little, and again, this is just using up, well, there's a picture now. This is just using up bits and pieces of snippet roll and pieces of scrap papers. So that was really neat. And then this was behind that. It's, again, this is a photocopy of my original cabinet card. I put some vintage buttons here. Just backed it with a paper here. And again, this is the center paper. And with the little leaves. More papers here. This is from My Porch Prints. So I always try and give you plenty of writing space. Another little notebook. You can see why my journals get so darn thick. I do get carried away, but I love little notebooks. And again, this was using up scraps as well. Beautiful. This came from a slip. My mother-in-law gave it to me, and it was coming apart, and she said, well, if you could use the lace, and of course I jumped at the idea naturally. These are from Tracy Fox. And I'm thinking that's called, what is it? Poetic Florals. And here we have some of mine. This is an olive tree, pressed leaves and tiny buds. You raise this up. Doily here, and then some writing paper. And that was from last year. A bit of an olive tree. I love doing these. These are just so much fun. Here we have a fabric flip. I just like the fact that it's all in script. I thought that was cool. And here you see one of the cards that the actual frame was designed and created by Nikki Adigan from Musings by Nikki. And I put my real flowers in them. Eastern Daisy, Lily of the Valley, Dianthus, and Winter Vetch. And these are all from this spring. And I just used it. I like these fold outs. I'm not doing real brave ones that go on and on, but I like these. And this worked really well for that. So you can write on the reverse. They have been reinforced. And those are for sale on my Etsy shop as well. I was so pleased with the 4 different ones together. That was really cool. Here we have a large belly band and another one of the frames by Nikki. And this is Phlox, I believe. No, I'm sorry, Dame's Rocket, Gallatin, Tennessee. This is one that my husband picked out of the field, and they tease him at work because he does that for me. He has the last laugh, though. That's the other side of that plate. Make sure I'm in focus here. Have a glass leaf. I love those. Those are so pretty. And again, some more of my flowers here. I've created like a tuck spot, a large tuck spot, and then you can write here. Another primrose. Now this primrose came from Pelham, Alabama, and that was from last year. Oh, I don't think I showed you the, isn't it pretty? So I thought that was all nice. Here we have another one of those pockets, the 4, and you can see this time I've put a vintage doily here, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4. This is by the Bee's Knees, or it's called the Bee's Knees. I think it's by Shabby Doodah. Just real pretty. And again, that is so easy to do. You're going to be amazed at how easy it is to put together. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's so easy. Have my green ribbon, some of my favorite, and this is just a little copy of a Milagro. Using this pocket again, and I've just used Pink Monarchs tags. These are the ones where they come in this size, and then, well, if you print them full scale, and then I just cut them shorter or longer as I need them. So the bottom half of this one is used somewhere else, and I like that because they're just, it's a collage, and I really think it's nice because you can use it with just about anything. And again, you've got this 3-pocket thing, a 3-pocket thing. And that just, oh, I love the look of it. And you can fancy it up as much as you want or as little as you want. This is an original piece of ephemera from about, 1920s, 1930s. The old cars. Now, can you imagine taking a long trip? Ouch. Yeah, no thank you. Here we have, now it looks like an envelope, but it isn't. It's a card. And that is out of, not necessity, but it was an envelope, or it was designed to be an envelope, and then I ended up messing it up somehow, and I thought, well, I'll just do this, and then the next thing I know, I thought, well, this will go into that. So it came out pretty easy. Just use it as a tuck spot, and I just put a little handmade button there. Had that button for ages, so it's finally found its home. Pocket here, vintage doily, vintage buttons, and again, these are using scrap, just scrap pieces that were left over. I love using up scraps. Here we have another flip out of the Edith Holden pages. And you see there on the back side. And again, this one I like because I loved the red against the blue. So I thought, well, fine, I'm just going to duplicate it. And you can see there. So get him back in there. I was really pleased with how that one came out, the blue and the red. Here again are the center pocket and beautiful pages here. They're called Wildflowers by My Porch Prints. Just gorgeous. But it's pale enough that you can write on it. And, oops, there we go. And I've just printed it front to back. So pretty. Oh, goodness, love them. My Porch Prints, another one of my go-to places. Here we have 2 tags. This is from Tracy Fox. And this is a little fold down, I guess. I put little, what do you call it, Velcro here. And it just comes down like so, and I created a pocket. And then put little tags in. So it's turned out sort of a botanical journal, because there are a lot of botanicals in it. It just turned out that way. I think probably because I was working with so many botanicals doing my pressing my flowers. Come on, you, get down. Bit of Battenberg lace. Here we have another little scrap pocket again. I did a video, I think, on these, using up scrap pieces. And I've just put vintage and antique. The bottom one is an antique piece of lace. A bone button. Again, the button is made from bone. That's what they all used to be made from. So it's definitely antique. I just thought it turned out really well. A little flower there. That's from Stamperia's old, what was it called? Old Laces, I believe. That was a beautiful kit. And this is also from the same one, Stamperia Old Lace Collection. I've added one of TaylorMade Journals. I'm telling you, I love this paper. So pretty. I think it's like 11 or 12 different sheets, all different designs in the digital kit. Just love it. And then old lace here, and then a newer one piece. I've got Velcro closing it, and then another piece of the paper from TaylorMade Journals. Get him down in there. Pretty. And here we have, it's a tuck spot there, and I've just done that so that you can easily take that out. That's the other part of that car page. Yeah, ouch. This is from Artie Mae's, the Vintage Days kit I was talking about earlier. And I had fun with this one, putting a little doodad thingy on it. This was actually a piece that was on a bobby pin, so the idea was it would go into your hair, but I look for things everywhere, and I just happened to find this one on a bobby pin. I have two of them. What can I say? I'm strange. Here we have, this is a photocopy of one of my originals, a cabinet card. Isn't he precious? And then this is just a little Vintage Days, the same space there, and I've just inked it up there. And let's see, almost through here. Here's another one of those pockets that are just a page. You use one page and you just fold it. And again, I'll put that link below. And this is from Tracy Fox. Her she did a digital kit that had samples of fabric swatches and all kinds of neat stuff. And actually, this is 5 pockets. There's one. Is it? And then no, this one is 4 pockets. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's because I closed it in here, but I think it's originally 5 pockets. And last page, this is what happens when you take one of the little things like this and you screw it up. And you think, oh, I'm not going to throw that away. So I just cut it out, because I think I clipped it in here somewhere, tore it somehow. And that's Lily of the Valley. And I thought, well, I'm just going to make a charm out of it. I got that idea also from my friend Carol in England. And so I just stitched around it and used it as a charm. Stuck a hole in it with a needle, put a little jump ring on it, and then the bulb pin. Never throw anything away. Actually, that can get kind of old after a while, but here you can see I've just used this on top of the belly band here. Piece of fern. I love ferns. And I've made that rather tight because I didn't want this falling out. And this is a writing board. You can actually write on this side, but it's designed so that you can put it underneath paper, so that if you're writing, it gives you a smoother finish rather than trying to, you know, do it on the back of all this other stuff. And again, it's from the same paper, Vintage Days. No, I'm sorry, this is not Vintage Days. This is the Cinnamon Tea. Did I say Vintage Days? I hope I didn't. All of the covers, the cover, front, back, and here, it's not Vintage Days. I apologize for that. That is Gail Agostinelli, Cinnamon Tea. It's her Etsy shop. I think I did call these, I think I did. So, and again, it is a tight fit, but I wanted it nice and snug, and I've just put some metal corners on it. Oh, and I forgot. I'm finally remembering to use my maker's mark. It's a stamp that I ordered, created for you by Fursden House. And so there it is. Da, 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 da. And there we slide it in there, and there you have it. Goodness, 30 minutes, almost 31 minutes. So thank you so much for watching. I hope I haven't bored you half to death. Have any questions, please feel free to give me a nod down in the comment section. Just let me know what you have, and I'll do my best to answer it. I hope you're having a blessed day. I appreciate your subscribing to my channel, and if you enjoyed it, just give me a little hands up like on the link below. Take care and have a blessed week. Bye-bye.